I need to redeem myself.
You might have just won this on your first shot. Hello and welcome to another episode of Fintech Rewired. Today on the show, Karan from WealthKernel. Let's see how good he is at playing shuffleboard.
Fintech Rewired brings you some of the biggest names in the industry to discuss the future of embedded finance. But this isn't your average interview. We host these chats over games, and this season it's shuffleboard. Each player scores points by sliding their pucks into the scoring zones, then defending them against the competition. The highest score wins the game. It's simple. One industry leader, 3 games of shuffleboard, highest score wins. Let's play!
Karan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. It's beautiful here.
Great. So look, before we get into our first game, I want to know, can you give me the 1-minute elevator pitch on WealthKernel? I want you to imagine, just before you came in here to Electroshuffle, Ben Horowitz from Andreessen Horowitz was coming the other way. You've got 1 minute with him before he jumps in his Tesla. Can you give me the WealthKernel pitch?
Right. For an investor, it'd be slightly different.
Yeah.
When I explain to friends and family, I would say we do wealth infrastructure as a service. Like,
Sure.
We take all the really boring stuff that powers and underpins wealth management companies and make it as a service through tech. Like, where we add value is by making the boring stuff pretty sexy and efficient, and that adds a lot of value. So our customers, predominantly digital wealth management firms, etc.
Yep.
They're going through a massive growth phase because consumers want access to different investment services. As inflation goes up, they want more variety. Some of the big banks don't offer the level of service they need to. So there's lots of innovation going on, whether it's traditional assets, trading in stocks, crypto, savings. People want more variety.
Sure.
And we believe by providing that infrastructure, we're enabling all that innovation to happen.
Yeah.
So that's what WealthKernel is. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, crew, what do you think? Do we let him pass? Is he going to play his first game? Okay. All right. Well, take it away.
So I didn't tell you this, but I'm actually Canadian.
Oh, really?
So I don't know how to play this game, but I have seen a lot of curling growing up on TV, and it's quite tricky. So when I moved here and I saw the whole Scottish thing, I'm like, I'm going to do some curling in the UK. Never have. So this is kind of
the closest that you'll get.
This is the closest I'll get to that.
South of the border.
So let's see if we can do this right.
Beautiful,
There you go.
start. All right.
Get warmed up here.
See if I can match it.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
You sunk my battleship. You sunk my battleship. That's okay.
Yeah, stars we need to go on.
All right. Let's see if we can get this going. I need more power.
You've got beautiful technique there. You can tell that it's lots of hours of watching Canadian curling. Just.
Thing is, you guys need like little miniature brushes so you can kind of curl them away. Ooh. That is okay.
I mean, it's never going to happen again, but it's a nice start.
That is pretty aggressive. Okay, let's see if we can do that. I think that has to go. Oh, no!
All right, I'm going to do exactly the same now, so I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Come on, hit your 5-0. I just need you to push. Okay, so you've been holding back. During practice, you weren't this good.
Exactly,
So
now the cameras are on.
now the camera's on. I think, the hell with this.
I mean, I like the energy, but
I'm not winning.
that's how it's done.
That is how it's done.
Can we just make sure that we just freeze frame on this, because it's never going to happen again.
This might be the most lopsided score of the day, I think. It's okay.
So look, WealthKernel, tell me a bit more about your clients, because you mentioned digital wealth managers going through huge transformation in that industry.
Yeah.
What are they looking for from an embedded wealth management provider?
So our clients really vary from like Sharia firms to helping people's grandchildren invest for their university funds. We believe that if you're a firm in the savings, investments, or pension space, we have infrastructure that can help your business go. We don't believe we have like a monopoly on the innovation that can happen there. And so when you're a firm that's looking at that, we want to play our part. Be like, here is the best possible infrastructure to enable you.
Sure.
And we kind of, after that, take a bit of a backseat to that, because we just think the firms who build on us really know their market. And so when we come across firms in different spaces, whether a direct-to-consumer play or an embedded firm as part of another offering, we just allow them to own the space, because they're experts in that space.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. That's interesting because I know WealthKernel is about 6 years old now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I imagine you must have gone from 6 years ago when wealth management was Excel spreadsheets and established players to, going through the huge change during the pandemic where suddenly every man and his uncle was on their trading platform of choice. So how have you kind of seen that democratization play out?
The thing is, embedded is not as noticeable, right? Like you're using a neobank and they're offering you, in addition to the savings, another way to get invested. So it happens organically.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing it start seeping in. And whether people like it or not, like inflation's running away right now. And everyone's thinking hard, like, what do I do? It's a bit of a grind, right? Like, if you don't do anything, you're kind of losing money. If you put money in, then you need to know what you're doing and you need help. I just think different people, they'll find what works for them, right? Some people, they want to be in control, so they'll take more trading. They really enjoy that do-it-yourself. They'll spend a few hours watching YouTube videos and traders, sometimes on Reddit. Not recommending anything here. Other people want someone to do it for them.
Nothing in this video is financial advice.
Nothing in this video is financial advice.
Yeah.
But I think it's options, right? And if you are someone who wants advice, if you want someone to a little bit of help, a little bit of help is there.
Yeah.
Sure. All that infrastructure to us is underpinned by our sort of pipes.
Yeah.
But for consumers, it's just a choice. And there's price competition. And so that's what we kind of like about this space. Everyone is unique, and I think the way they invest is going to get more unique.
Yeah. So your clients, when they are coming to you and looking at embedded services and they want to offer wealth management, or they already are offering wealth management, what are they looking for? Are they looking for that customization, or is there more to their needs than that?
There's more to it. Like, so we're an API platform.
Yeah.
And the way I think about it is, I kind of know from my cheesy analogies.
Sure, that's great. We love a cheesy analogy.
In my mind, it's like they come to like the WealthKernel superstore. Like think of like Tesco or any other store.
Yeah.
They come to our API platform and just think of it like you walk into the store, there's an entrance in, and there's all these different aisles of products. And so you go through aisle number one, it's all about client onboarding. So it's kind of boring stuff like KYC, AML, PEP, sanctions, bank verification stuff.
Sure.
And you kind of, whatever business just kind of goes through their trolley and kind of throws in whatever it needs.
Yeah.
You might need it, might not need it.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. They go into the next aisleway, and that's the alleyway of like portfolio management, order management systems. So when people trade on these systems, there needs to be a way to just like manage how they create orders. So if someone wants a portfolio or release trades, there's effectively a system or a ledger system that says how much purchasing power do they have, so they don't overtrade or undertrade. Those are all called order management, portfolio management systems. I am greatly simplifying this, but there's a lot of these systems that a tenant or a customer might say, I want some of that. Or they might go into the next aisle, which is trading. Trading is effectively connecting to a stock exchange or a fund house. When they throw it in, obviously it's a metaphor for connecting, hitting that API.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's how we think about it. We have this shop that we built, that we kind of stocked with, we think is the core elements that you need to build a digital wealth business. And our customers just kind of go in and help themselves to what they need, and they benefit from that. And that's kind of the relationship we have with our customers.
Yeah, sure.
The flexibility through that sort of API means that it's not like here's a white label, take it or leave it. Companies can get really creative how they embed it into what they're doing.
I was curious, when you're working with clients, how do you balance that need for, I suppose, having someone involved in the process if something goes wrong, or if clients have concerns, or just to kind of have that human element involved to work with the technology?
There's a balance to strike, but technology can fill the role of customization. Technology doesn't mean a blunt take it or leave it thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Inevitably, it's really difficult to replace the personalization that someone with 20 years of experience who's been a wealth manager, private banker, like that is still a level of craftsmanship, I think, in wealth management that technology can't get to. But something is better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like just because you can't, drive a Ferrari doesn't mean you don't appreciate a Volkswagen.
Yes, exactly.
I tell you, I play ice hockey. That's my sport of choice.
So you've broken a few cameras in your time, is what you're saying. All right. This is going to be my curse for going first this time.
Oh man, it's just
too much cheddar.
I feel like I need to redeem myself, get aligned, and then see how that goes. Might be joining you in the gutter.
Oh, it's going to be close. I think you might have just won this on your first shot.
You're pretty good, man. I think I don't think this is a coincidence.
That's okay. For the final game, we'll play for money. So then we can really see who's gonna win. Oh no!
I think thing is, no matter how bad you do, you still beat my previous score. So build a wall.
Exactly. Yeah, they got the strategy here, right? Just blocking me off from getting any more points. Just.
I was really glad you didn't ask me for darts. This is I think I would have been much worse than that. Another 5. Maybe not.
Oh,
no, don't touch my 5.
No.
Okay, that is a lucky shot.
That was a beautiful shot. All right, not bad at all. Obviously, as an embedded finance company on the payments side, we talk a lot about applications for non-financial companies embedding financial services or aspects of the payment services that we offer into their products. I know from the research we've done on WealthKernel that a lot of your clients are robo-advisors, they're purely online wealth managers.
Yep.
In your space though, how do you see that changing over the next 5 years? Do you think there will be more non-financial companies or not traditional players in wealth management who will be coming to you asking for your services, looking at how they can use some of those?
I have no idea. Like we kind of operate in the fact that
That's a good answer.
But I do believe that we take one step removed, is that there's so many people that I think do want to engage in financial services or will want to. Mm-hmm. And I think they're not going to want to just stick to an old school broker or an old school wealth manager.
Sure.
I'm just not sure if they're going to get that service through an embedded firm. I think there's going to be a combination of both.
Sure.
Like most things, the answer is probably in the middle.
Yeah.
Our firm specifically, we have traditional firms that are looking to use our pipes, even if they're not digital itself, because they want to benefit from that automation. So if you look at it from a pure volume and revenue, it's going to be skewed by the fact that as we grow, we're going to have a lot of more traditional incumbent firms move on to that, which they're just bigger firms with a lot, 50, 100 years of wealth management experience that are going to bring on assets, so it's going to skew it.
Yeah.
But I do think there will be non-traditional players in this space for sure. Like whether it's loyalty cards, whether it's firms offering shares, giving employee incentives to listed companies. Like I think that's what we find really interesting, that we meet so many founders who have really creative ideas how to transform our pipes into stuff.
Yeah.
Like we have some, instead of giving cash back, we looked at some firms who are looking to give shares back of the firms you're buying. So instead of just buying off Amazon, you have an option of getting cash back or Amazon shares through our infrastructure potentially.
And I suppose the other question we have to ask then, the flip side of that is WealthKernel itself. What's your roadmap? What does that look like? And where's the company going to be in 5 years?
So at the moment, we're very focused on Europe. We think there's just so much opportunity there. I think the US is the furthest ahead, followed by the UK.
Sure.
We're just really focused on Europe right now.
Yeah.
And the thing with Europe is that I think we appreciate how nuanced different countries are and the different cultural norms and languages that I actually think it's going to take 5 years to get to where we are in the UK across Europe. As a firm, we're very attention to detail. So it's not okay just to be, let's say, 50% of where we want to be and then move on to the next country. I think we would spend years going from 50 to 75 to 85 to 95.
Yeah.
And for us, I think coverage is important. So it's not like, okay, we'll just support the big countries and ignore a smaller country. I think for us to be pan-European, in my view, I'm not European, but it seems like it is becoming a borderless country, and the needs of someone in Hungary is not going to be that different than someone in Ireland. And if we're going to build those rails, that connectivity, it should work across everywhere. It shouldn't say exclude one or not, or cater to the Hungarian version of an ISA versus, or we're only going to support the German version of ISA because Germany's bigger.
Yeah. Even if there's differences in culture and language between countries, actually there is an underlying need for those wealth management services. And in terms of, I suppose, growing your individual wealth, that's kind of a universal need regardless of which country you're in.
You're not restricted to investing in your local firm. You might feel, actually, I want to invest in Coca-Cola or Google shares. They're probably more familiar with that than their local bank. Because if you're in some of these smaller countries, your local stock exchange is down to certain randomness about what companies are listed there.
Exactly, yes.
Like if you're in the UK, you'd be like, oh, everyone in the UK just wants to buy Vodafone. That's probably not true, right? Or I just want to buy HSBC shares.
Yeah.
You might not. You might want to buy Greg's because you have a local, or you might want to buy Tesla because that's what you believe in.
Yes.
I just don't think the borders exist anymore.
Yeah.
And because of that, those people are going to want to push for change, or they want to have more nuanced or more diversification or more nuanced advice or access to it.
Sure.
And I think that's what Europe is. And there's so much wealth in Europe as well. So to us, it makes sense, but it's also really hard, which is why we kind of like the challenge of it.
Nice. Okay. Look, I think that's all my questions. Is there anything that I haven't asked that you were just itching to say while we're here?
No, I think I think what you guys are doing is really interesting. How do you guys market across Europe when it's clearly B2B, it's not so consistent between countries? Like there's definitely let's call it more uptake, more progressive leadership countries like the Netherlands,
Sure.
Lithuania, Germany. And then you have your tier 2 countries, and then I'm not going to mention names, and you have your tier 3 countries where it's just like how do you guys market on? Because you guys have had so much success in parts of the less obvious countries.
There's definitely, like you say, so much potential within Europe for those solutions that are truly agnostic to the kind of the hurdles that exist within individual countries, but are still offering access to those same services that everybody needs.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of challenges and opportunities.
Yes.
That's Europe.
There's the soundbite we could end on. Karan, final game. Let's see who can take this home.
Yeah.
I'll go first because
1-1, let's go.
I'm feeling confident.
That's a confident throw.
I should have said feeling confident after making the.
That's a pretty good throw. You can't.
I'll take it.
It's pretty confident, I'd say.
Okay.
Nice sound, eh? Tick.
It is, yes.
Great sound. You audio boys are gonna have fun on that. Go this way. It's down to the last 2.
I was going to say this. We could be heading for our first ever draw, so. And not
no,
put too much
no.
on that.
Oh,
That's right.
that's where you're gonna hit me out. Let's see. Oh.
Is this deliberate? Is this because you're Canadian and you're just being nice to me?
No, this is
what Canadian people do.
This is just bad skill, or lack of it. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. This is it.
This is gonna be
It all
tough.
comes down to the final puck.
Huh. Okay. Trying to decide if I should hit yours out or just try to go for the simple
This
shot.
is the strategy.
What do you guys think?
Hit him out.
Hit him out. Let's do it. Hit him up.
Sorry, Richard.
Well, last time I tried to hit him, I just hit myself up. So.
So yes, do that. Whoa. Well, Karan, congratulations. Came down to the final shot, but you pulled one out of the bag and
That was a
sealed the
lucky
win.
shot. I got a little bit off the angle, so that's what you need.